I begin my speech aware that the word prohibition is not popular. Prohibition, it's difficult to accept when you think you have the right to something. But when you don't have the right, however, there is no obstacle to accepting the impediment. And prohibition, therefore, is necessary. It's necessary to protect something. We protect our children, our loved ones, and our property because we believe that others have no rights over them. That is why trafficking and exploitation must be prohibited to protect the pregnant woman, the egg donor, all the embryos human beings that are killed along the way, to protect those who will be born, such as Olivia, with a loss that will accompany them throughout their lives, and to protect society, whose laws must seek the common good and not the interest of a few. So I'm going to propose you 10 measures in 10 minutes that can be done. First measure, express prohibition. A society with references assimilates legality with morality. So the first measure is the explicit prohibition that sends the message that this should not be done. It's not good for the child, for the mother, for society, the common good, or for anyone. Second measure, return original meaning to words. Any law with a moral connotation begins by modifying the language. And this has also happened with gestational surrogacy or surrogate motherhood, because like marriage or parentage, motherhood cannot be surrogated. Added to this, handing over a child in exchange for money is closer in practice to selling or trafficking children, or reproductive exploitation from the maternal perspective. Third, ensure the coherence of the legal system. A mere programmatical statement is not enough. The prohibition must be comprehensive so that the order is coherent at all levels: civil, administrative, labor, commercial, and criminal levels. 4, associate this behavior with reprobable acts in society, such as gender violence or child trafficking. Related laws, such as the effective equality of women and men on gender violence or against minors, should expressly include surrogacy as an attack on equality or as violence against women or minors. 5, declare the nullity of contracts. Declaration of nullity of the contract by which pregnancy is agreed with or without price by a woman who renounces maternal filiation in favor of the contracting party or a third party. 6, prosecution of all preparatory activities of these contracts. Could you imagine the state not acting in the face of law firms or agencies that help evade taxes, trade in slavery, pornography, or child trafficking. Therefore, the conducting of any activity related to intermediation that facilitates access to these practices in third countries must be prohibited and prosecuted. But the prosecution must be on both fronts. So, the early procedures of future clients must also be prevented by closing access to the internet sites. 7, prosecution of intermediaries. Agencies that mediate surrogacy can currently operate without impediment, even in countries where it is prohibited. Not only agencies and salespeople function as intermediaries, but also banking entities, law firms, travel agencies, and however, it is perhaps the clinics themselves dedicated to reproductive exploitation that are most deceiving, as they camouflage their services as in vitro fertilization, such as in Spain, the Valencian Infertility Institute. Since intermediaries are motivated by business, the most dissuasive sanction is an economic one with control and inspection of fiscal aspects. 8, prohibition of advertising. This prohibition has a double aspect, since it must be directed both at intermediaries and clinics and at the media. Concerning intermediaries and clinics, the cessation of the website on which it is advertised must be an immediate measure. Concerning ad media, in the same way that information that glorifies terrorism or facilitates the means for tax evasion is prohibited, ethical and responsible action must be promoted among the media. It must be considered that media that present celebrities and baby buyers as heroes or of a personal odyssey pursuing their dream of becoming parents to generate empathy or pity in public opinion are promoting an illegal practice that is contrary of human rights. 9, illegality of associations that promote surrogacy. Most of the time, they operate with impunity. Therefore, the registry of associations must be reviewed. Consequently, participation in public subsidies must be prohibited for persons natural or legal whose purposes, objectives, or activities for which they request the subsidy or public aid are related to the practice, intermediation, or promotion of surrogate pregnancy. 10, criminal sanction. Define as a criminal the act of entrusting a woman with the gestation and delivery of a child with or without financial compensation, with the aim of establishing a relationship analogous to that of filiation, even though the delivery of the minor takes place abroad, and criminalize intermediaries who contribute to a surrogacy with their illegal actions. The listing of some measures should not represent a closed list. Others may be proposed to accompany them, such as the stop surrogacy financing by banks, or the reform and development of foster care or adoption laws. To conclude, we must add, however, that the theoretical framework will continue to be a programmatical declaration without any value if the public powers don't ensure the execution of the law, promote institutional campaigns of illegality of this behavior, and initiate judicial proceedings to pursue this crime with the same strength with which it acts against tax fraud. Thank you very much.